Welcome into the crypto bunker. Today we're going to be talking about Ethereum, and we're going to be talking about Decentral Games, which is basically a Metaverse casino that you're able to invest in that makes you the house. Okay, so we're going to be looking at that. First, I want to just get into the charts real quick because I think it's important. Obviously, it's been very difficult to navigate this this market a little bit here. But what I said, in my previous video was that, I thought that if we got above this line of resistance here, sort of the complacency resistance, that we would be okay. And we got rejected heavily there. So I do not think we survive this in terms of closing, above 4,000 on, say, the weekly time frame. I think we will come down to around 3,700. Let's look at the weekly time frame here. So, I mean, look, the dips have gotten, scooped up, but they got scooped up here too, right? So theoretically, let's just say this candle is similar to this maybe, or maybe a combination of the two. But let's just theoretically say if we got a dip like this on this candle, which is unlikely at this point, because that would be okay. So we would go, pretty much perfectly down to our next line of support, which would be the worst case, in my opinion, in a deeper sort of bear correction like this one. We might get a bam and then kind of a bam and then a resumption. I don't think that's where we're headed. If anything, we might get a sharper correction to start and then a rally back up, something like that. We might sort of bounce around here. I think the first line of support will be strong around 3,600 for Ethereum. But if you notice lately as well, the dollar has been rallying. So the dollar is important in the macro sense because we're looking at sort of, Bitcoin being a macro asset now, right? So a lot of big funds are owning this. And when the dollar, is affected by other currencies, we're getting dollar strength right now, which is confusing to people. So what is really happening is that, basically all these other currencies are irrelevant compared to the dollar. So the dollar is like gold to them. So the dollar is going to be the last currency to truly fail. And these other currencies are starting to fail. You see the euro and the Turkish lira getting crushed. And so that's kind of why we're seeing this. So the interesting thing is this is a macro sort of issue here because, what we may have formed on the macro here for the dollar is this wedge here that sort of has played out, right? We got this this flag here and we kind of broke through it now, and now we're on our way up. We formed a W bottom, and unfortunately it's not unfortunate, right? For US citizens, this is actually a really good thing. So what's going to happen is we'll probably sort of work our way back up to these highs over a longer period of time, maybe over a 1 to 2 year time frame. So we could be looking at, maybe 2 years from now, maybe we're up around this level. In my opinion, we'll sort of bounce around a lot in these 90s for a while. And that's not a bad thing because it brings investment capital into the US. Okay, so what we're going to see is basically investment capital go into cryptocurrencies, go into Ethereum and Bitcoin, go into the S&P 500. And so in my opinion, we will have these sharp pullbacks like we're having now, right, in the stock market and in digital assets. And then we will continue to see a resumption. So this will be sort of a super cycle. And it actually has a lot to do with the dollar because the dollar strength in this case will actually be long-term good for assets, not short-term. So when the dollar rises fast and quick, we have a sell-off. And that's what we've been seeing lately in the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones, mainly the NASDAQ and crypto. We've been seeing this sharp pullback. And I think it has a lot to do with the dollar strength that we've been seeing in the short term. Once that cools off, we will sort of see a resumption, in my opinion. I don't think COVID really has anything to do with this pullback. I think that's the excuse that the media is using. I think if you look at the South African cases right now, they're not even really that high. So them saying that there's some scary new variant, that's like something they've been doing for a while now with the Delta, with the Lambda. I mean, what happened to Lambda, right? Like, I don't even think that's a thing now. So, I think that basically they use these narratives to sort of create these pullbacks. And what you want to do is you want to start to deploy capital in these situations. So if you listened to me a few videos ago and you got out of your position, around maybe 4,400, maybe even 4,600, and you have a lot of stable coins or you have money to deploy, you don't really have that much Ethereum, you're looking to get in for the first time. Now would be a good time to start your dollar cost average. Okay. So if you're the best way to do, to invest in crypto really is to put not financial advice, none of this is financial advice, but putting a larger amount in to start and then dollar cost averaging your way, the rest of the way, basically. So today would be one of those days where you could start, maybe if you have a lump sum you want to put in, you put in half now, and you put in, and then you start dollar cost averaging. And then if we get another dip to 3,600, you put in the other half. And then if we get the dip to really all the way down to 2,600, you're going to get these really good dollar cost averages all the way through the potential couple month bear market. If we get this to play out, right? I mean, let's just take a look at what this would look like as well if it did the same thing. And it would take us to January, like the end of January 2022, which I would not put it past for something like that to happen. A lot of people are also worried about rate hikes from the Fed. I don't think that they're going to do that because that also kills foreign currencies. Those currencies are already struggling really hard. So I would not expect them to do that. I actually would expect, with more COVID cases, more other currencies struggling, possibly to see the US even be more sort of dovish, especially if we continue to get these sell-offs. I think that they probably will, they might, I don't know if they go back on their tapering, where they're buying like $130 billion in assets and then 100 billion. I mean, that's not that much different. I don't think that would really affect things. I think that's already priced in. So I don't think we have to worry about the tapering. I think that is a buy the news, sell the rumor type of thing. And so those are all the macro factors that I sort of see playing out. I would think that, we might be looking at an extended cycle for crypto. And so we might be looking at, something that actually ends, more like maybe next year at some point. So, I mean, if we look at this massive wedge that we're forming, that would end at around March. And then if we broke up, if we consolidated in this wedge right here for that entire time, I just cannot even see that happening. But if we did, if we really coiled up like that, I mean, we're going to go to some crazy places at the end of 2022, in my opinion. Remember last year around Thanksgiving, Ethereum was what? $400, $430. Same with right now. Okay. Same dip. I remember it dipped and I said to my brother, you should buy ETH. And it was like 400 something dollars. Now we're 10x from there. I would not be surprised at the least to be 10x from there next Thanksgiving. So mark me on that. Not financial advice, but mark me on that. That's my prediction for next year around this time will be around 40,000. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Next thing I wanted to cover is Decentral Games. Okay. Decentral Games, it's a very volatile asset. So you can see we formed this sort of cup and handle pattern, and we're just breaking through it now. It's looking really good. This is only a $200 million market cap, and this coin is it's looking really good. It's gotten additional funding from Binance, Polygon, and Digital Currency Group. Okay, those are some of the biggest players in the game. Digital Currency Group owns Grayscale. They own Decentraland. They own some of these other big metaverse plays. And so, if you're looking at what is the next coin, what is the next metaverse coin? Everyone has a coin, right? Cadena, right? Like, there's just so many. Okay, so I understand if you guys don't want to do this. Okay, it's you can do what you want, but in my opinion, $200 million for this. What this is it is a metaverse casino. Okay, so it's basically a coin that is going. It's a project that's going to be implemented across multiple metaverses. Okay, so there's Sandbox, there's gonna be Facebook, there's gonna be Decentraland, there's gonna be many of these metaverses. In my opinion, a casino is one of the biggest use cases. Okay, I'm not someone that's gonna go play these crazy games with my virtual headset. I don't have the capability in terms of my vision or just my mind really to comprehend constant movement, things flying at you. It's too much for me. Okay, I don't want that. What I want to do is I want to go into a casino and meet some friends, walk in, very, very slowly and just play poker with my friends, right? Or play blackjack with my friends against the house. That would be amazing. And that's what this is. Okay. This can be implemented across multiple metaverses. You don't have to bet on one thing. Okay. You don't have to bet on like, oh, Decentraland is going to take over, Sandbox is going to take over. No. The idea that all of these metaverses will have some type of casino is where Decentral Games comes in. And so in my opinion, it should be worth more than Decentraland. I mean, what is mana really, right? What is sand? They're currencies in a game. It's like the dollar for a metaverse. I'm sure there's other use cases that I'm not aware of, but I think like mana might be burned when people buy land or something. You can use it to buy land. I get it. I'm more bullish on land than anything. But that brings me to this point, is that look at who owns $12,600,000 of land is Decentral Games. Okay. They are the third biggest landowner in Decentraland. So if you want exposure to land, look at their treasury and look at the 24% increase they've had in land. They are also a Polygon validator node. Okay, they also own $2 million worth of Polygon or Matic. So they're one of the biggest Polygon validators and they're staking it. They're just going to keep earning on that forever. They also are earning on their DG wearables, which is something that's happening recently where you can actually have a play to earn poker game. So you can go into the metaverse and you can play poker with their wearables, their hats and glasses and jackets. You have to buy them. Or you can rent them, which is cool, from people. And you can go in and you can earn this ICE token, okay, this DG ICE token. And a lot of people are using this kind of like Axie Infinity, where people are going in and they're making a living playing poker and earning this ICE token. And you don't actually need to buy a wearable, you can rent it. So people can rent out their wearables to people who want to use them to earn money in the game. And you can borrow that from someone and you can then pay them back through your earnings in the game. This is similar to a scholarship with Axie Infinity. And I think that this is the next big play to earn game. And it doesn't even seem to be reacting to this dump. I mean, we're seeing it rise all the way back up to $600. If you look, we were at 620. We went back down to 471 and now we're all the way back up to 600 almost. Okay, so that would have been a good time to buy it. Obviously, I was buying a couple, like a week, not even a week ago, maybe 5 days ago. Let's see where we're down in these levels, 420, 440, 450. So it's looking really good. And again, this treasury, I mean, look, they have all this DG, have all these wearable sales. Look at all the wearable sales, $1.8 million already, plus 143%. The Discord's blowing up. So this is something that for me, I'm looking for this to be a $1 billion valuation. Right now it's a 200 million, that's a 5x. Once it gets to 1 billion, I'm going to sell half of what I have. This is not financial advice. And then I think it's going to get to 10 billion. And that's when I'm going to sell all of it. So that's my plan. You guys create your own plan. I don't know anything that you guys can't figure out, right? I'm just trying to present the information for you guys so that you can learn, so that you can, maybe get some ideas on your own, so you can sort of start to create a macro thesis around these crypto assets. For me, it's something that's going to be a 5 to 15 year investment. So I've staked my ETH recently, and I'm doing a lot of yield farming in different ways. If you stake your ETH, you can actually deposit it into Curve, and you can deposit it into an staked ETH liquidity pool, and you can earn Lido tokens plus Curve tokens, plus the fees you're getting from the liquidity pool, on top of the earnings that you're getting from staking. So you're still getting the staking earnings, plus you're getting the Curve. So you're just increasing your ability to earn yield. I'm also doing something with Abracadabra, where basically what I did, see if I can show you guys here. Basically what I did, and hopefully, so I deposited 1.5 ETH into Arbitrum. And basically what I did was I borrowed Magic Internet money, which is dollars. This is the Abracadabra money stablecoin. It's called MIM. I borrowed that, okay, and then my liquidation price is $2,930 ETH. So if it gets down that low, I will lose my ETH, and I will, keep my my MIM, whatever. I'm not gonna let that happen, because what I did was I took the dollars that I borrowed, and now I'm just farming with it on the same platform, basically. So I've already made like $3 in Spell, and all you have to do is deposit into Curve. So you're just depositing, you get the MIM, you deposit it, and then you're able to stake it on here, and you can see it. You can stake, unstake, and then you're just earning Spell tokens. I've already earned 271 Spell tokens. So if you're bullish on Spell, maybe I think it's a good project. This might be something you would like to farm. You're also getting to use Arbitrum, where they're probably going to drop a token eventually, right? So if you're using this, you're going to be possibly airdrop the Arbitrum token. Another airdrop to watch out for is Zapper. Okay, so zapper.finance. If you guys go there, you can connect your wallet. You can see your dashboard, shows your NFTs, your net worth, all the things you're farming, all the rewards. It's really cool. I'm not going to show you guys. I don't want to dox my my total portfolio, but basically you can do these quests. You want to do these quests, it's under your profile name. You just see quest, you click on that, and then you're able to claim these different quests that you can do within the Zapper.finance. You can look more about it, obviously, but this is going to be the way to get that airdrop. Another airdrop, I'm just going to throw these all out there. MetaMask, obviously, you guys, if you use the swap function on MetaMask, you're probably going to be on the Ethereum mainnet. You're probably going to be able to be eligible for this airdrop. And then lastly, if you participated in Constitution DAO, check out the people tokens, because those have mooned, and I put $80 of ETH into Constitution DAO, and I just cashed out $600 worth of Constitution worth of people tokens, which is insane to even think about. So just a few things to think about for you guys today, and hopefully got something out of it, and have a great night.